Hey everybody, this is Vril. Welcome back to Extended Timeline World War II. So we've got several large wars going on at the moment. We've got the Polish-Hungarian Imperialist War. We have the French reconquest in Laos in French Indochina. We've got the American reconquest in Manila against the Japanese. And we've got the Cape Colony Independence War against the British, who are allied with the Soviet Union there. Let's have a look at the armies of the world. USA followed by China, Germany, Soviet Union, and Japan are the top militaries of the world. Some of these are starting to gain back some manpower that they previously had lost. Let's have a look at our diplomatic mode. So we've got Poland against France here going very, very well for the Polish. They're sieging out several provinces in northern France, although the Hungarians are starting to get an army together. We do have Bulgaria here that is sieging actually the province of Serbia. We do have the country of Serbia, that they don't actually own the province of Serbia at this point. Hungary had taken it previously. So let's head on over to the east, where the Americans are sieging out the mainland Japan. And we also have the French. I guess they're sent quite a bit of their army over to French Indochina previously, before it might have been before that Polish war had started. So they're trying to take back Laos. This might be very important for them at this point because of what they could possibly lose in Europe going forward. So that is where that is at. Let's have a look at what's going on in Cape Colony. It doesn't look like it's going very well for Cape Colony at the moment. Not very well at all. Looks like the British are coming in to take control. Although, with that said, the East Africa and Rhodesia, who are on the side of Cape Colony here, do have a rather large stack here, and we've actually got British Somaliland as well. They are on the side of, yes they are, of the Cape Colony, so that's actually quite interesting. Did the British lose? I thought they had a large stack around here, and they do not at the moment. Okay, well, that could be pretty big. We might be getting Cape Colony independence here shortly, so having a look back at Europe with the Polish and France. In case you did miss it, the Polish have military access through Germany, so they were able to move through Germany into France. Okay, this war between the Polish just ended. Let me just pause this for the moment. Did the Polish not take any? No, they did. They took several new provinces on the border here with Hungary. So they both are going to have claims to that, and they brought back Yugoslavia as a, is that a one province? Yes, they are. And actually, Croatia gained back several provinces. Is this Bosnia-Herzegovina is back? Was Montenegro? I don't recall if Hungary had taken Montenegro, but that is there as well. Actually, is this going to tell us? Yes, so that was cored by them. The Hungarians have a claim on that land, so I thought that the Polish might take a little bit more than that. I mean, they had the opportunity, it seemed like. So it's a little disappointing there, but it is what it is. Let's, let me get to my correct interface here for a moment. I always like looking at the wars. Okay, so that's actually good for the French that war did end. We'll head back to the east. See if the French can... Looks like the Laotians have occupied this area. French need to just take out these stacks that I thought that was a Laotian stack here, so Laotians do only have a 1k stack now. Okay. Now the Americans look like they have got about 150k forces here between this stack and this 70 or almost 80 stack with this 90k stack here. The Japanese are fighting them, and the Americans won, obviously. No leaders on these. I've mentioned before that the Americans like to move around with no leaders on their armies. Let's see, anything else? All these wars are going in the positive direction for the attacker, interestingly enough. So this is one of the interesting ones. We might have this Cape Colony. Who was all in Cape Colony here? We've got Newfoundland, we've got British West Indies, British Australia, Rhodesia, East Africa, Somaliland, British Sudan, British Nigeria. All could gain their independence in this episode. I think I'm going to knock up the speed up to 3 since we don't have quite as many wars going on now, so we should be able to get through here. Okay, we've got the Japanese have brought a 70k stack to the Philippines. They look like they'll be able to siege back some of the areas that they've lost. That war score is up to 50, and we've got some Japanese reactionaries rising up all over Japan. I'm not sure if this is going to go on the side of the... We've actually got... are these all Japanese reactionaries? Okay, I thought they might be some Korean reactionaries in here. Speaking of that, let's see, are we... Okay, we do have Korean culture there still. I thought as much, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I didn't know if maybe the Japanese had changed the culture there in Korea. So it's actually kind of bad for the Americans, but, I mean, it's not going to be good for the Japanese either, but... Although, yeah, I don't think it's good for either side for the most part. I would think if the Americans probably should just try to peace out on this war, and they'll probably be able to take all of the Philippines here. We've got these reactionaries. Okay, we've got Japanese noble rebels fighting the reactionaries. I was going to say, why are the reactionaries fighting other reactionaries here? I guess I could have told you with the icon there that they were different. Okay, the Americans have landed in Manchuko over here now. So they're going to take a bunch of Manchuko. That's probably smart for them to get off. Okay, we've got a war between German-Belgian nationalist war. So who is backing up? Norway, Spain, Spanish West Africa, and Congo. I thought that the Germans actually helped Congo gain its independence, so let's head on over to Europe and do this. It looks like the Germans have already captured all of Belgium. So the Germans are very aggressive in the last, I'd say, 4 or 5 episodes. Looks like the Germans have military access through France as well. French are not probably giving them much of an option. Germans' navy there's taking out... That was a Spanish fleet. The Spanish do not have any forces in Spain, and the Germans have like 300k coming for them, so not going very well for the Belgians or the French here. So looks like that war already finished off, and the Germans, you can see they took over a few. They didn't take over all of Belgium. I guess they just wanted to quickly do a war. I'm surprised Luxembourg didn't gain anything in that Polish war, so a little bit unfortunate for them. But yeah, Belgium still survives. They do have a royal marriage with Great Britain. Do they have any other colonies or anything like that? Yeah, they lost their Congo, but I guess they're still allied here with the... Is that a... Yeah, it's just an alliance. I was going to say they're not a colony or vassal or anything like that. Okay, let's get this going and have a look. Did the Americans peace out? Yes, they did. So the Americans took... I think they already had cored parts of the Philippines here. The Japanese had taken it from them in a previous episode. So American Indonesia here, they've taken a little bit more of it, including Manila, so they have the capital. I would have thought they'd take a little bit more than that. Did they take anything else? No, not seeing anything. Maybe they grabbed an island. I'm not sure. I don't think so. So where are we looking now? We've got that French reconquest in Indochina. That's probably the main war we've got going on, and actually that Cape Colony as well. How are our forces doing? We still have got quite a few colonial forces around here. British, I don't see them really around. I wonder, let's check. We've got naval forces. British are not trying to occupy parts of Australia or anything like that. I'm surprised that the French are not sieging down the Laotians any quicker than they are. Just need to completely take out and siege these areas here. Very, very slow. Did they just finish that war as well? Looks like they did. They probably had to get out of that war just because of the war exhaustion, I would assume. So let me just quickly look here. I don't think they gained anything. They still have claims on all of Laos and Vietnam here. This little piece of Vietnam there. So I'm not sure what they might have gained from any of this. So let's head on over. I think the only war we've got going on at the moment, this is like, we've got no wars going on at the moment. We've just ended what was going on in Cape Colony. Is anything... Yeah, they're just... Why didn't anybody wait till they got independence? They were doing quite well. Okay, well, we'll bump it up to 3 speed. Just head around the world, I suppose. I think this is the first time we've never had a war going on. I guess it was bound to happen at some point. Just too bad it happened now. Let's just have a look at what's anything else we've missed going forward. We haven't had any wars between Canada and the US or anything like that. We've had, in case anybody's missed it, the USA did take parts of Mexico. Might go ahead and bump this up to 4 speed. Yeah, I think I'll do that. The Brazilians warred with the Argentinians and Peruvians and the Venezuelans throughout this series. We'll be coming up on... We've got some Liberian revolutionaries here. Okay, we've got Italian Somaliland, so Italian Somaliland is attacking British Somaliland. Okay. So the British Somaliland... Why are they not getting helped by the British? Okay, there they are all joined in now. Who is an ally? Okay, we've got Yemen with the Italians. Okay, well, I was gonna say. Unless there was some bug where these colonies had gained independence, but they didn't change their name or something like that. I mean, crazier things have happened. So we've got the Italian Somaliland taking out the British Somaliland. I think, yeah, I mean, I don't think at the start of this series that British Somaliland even existed. It was the British attacked the Italians for the Somaliland area and started that off. If it did exist, it was very small, because this, I think, was all... You could probably see here. Yeah, I mean, I think all of this was part of the Italian Somaliland. Okay, coming up on 1984. Just checking to see if there were any new wars firing off. I didn't notice that the French here have a little bit of a colony there, also in Somaliland. So we'll just keep this at 3 speed at the moment. Yemen's coming into siege for the... Okay, we've got another war between China and Manchuko. So somehow the Italians are losing this war. Anything else going on? Guess we could probably see. We've got blockades. Okay. Yeah, they blockade. The British are blockading, so that's where the war score is coming from, on the British side anyway. the Italians have had really good generals throughout. I mean, look at this, 2 3-star generals. They've got another one right here. So where are all the Italian 3-star generals coming from? It's like crazy that the Italians would have three 3-star generals. We've got some Kochi peasants. Kochi is here. Why are those peasants all the way over there? Okay. They got lost, unless I read that incorrectly. So the Chinese are moving into Manchuko. The Japanese have problems. They've got Japanese reactionaries all over the place. That they're not going to be able to provide any defense. I would say that the Chinese are going to take over all of Manchuko here. Possibly even more. Spreading across here. Yeah, I don't think that Manchuko has long to live here. It was good while it lasted for the Japanese. But the Chinese were just waiting. They were sitting there with that gigantic army for most of the game here. Brunei has expanded its size here. Interesting. Okay. Because they should just be like a one-province little city-state up here. Okay. Did not notice that previously. We've got a... Is this in... I was going to say, this has to be in India. Yeah, some little wars going on between different kingdoms here. We've got this one going off as well. Did that, and then we looked over there, and look, we missed the very end of the war, unless it was on screen and I just totally missed it because I was looking over in India. But the Chinese have taken over all of Manchuko, so Manchuko is no longer. Rest in peace to Manchuko. But the Japanese have a lot of problems here. We might be getting some sort of like change of government coming soon with these Japanese reactionaries. The Japanese reactionaries are fighting with the Chinese army as it's going back home to China. Yeah, some Russian separatists as well that they're dealing with. See what's going on here. We've still got the Italian Somaliland. We've now got another war. Well, shouldn't they have had a truce? Let's head on over and switch to this. Okay, well, it looks like the Chinese have claims on Taiwan here, as well as going into Korea. How did the Chinese not break a truce there? They must have broken a truce. They must have just like seen that how wounded the Japanese were at the moment and just took the advantage. I wonder if they're going to create Korea at the end of this, or are they going to just take Korea for themselves? It's like we've got Japanese occupying a little bit, but this is going to go very poorly for the Japanese, I would say. Still going poorly for the Italian Somaliland as well. And we've got those couple of Indian wars going on. I'm not going to focus on any of those at the moment. We've got way more interesting things going on here in Korea, in Japan, and actually between the colonies and Somaliland. To be watching Little Kingdoms fight in India. I'm sorry. These stacks of reactionaries are just huge. Wow. I'm actually going to knock down the speed just one moment here, just because we've got so many rebels on the screen that it's starting to slow down a little bit. Let's check out, okay. One of our Indian wars ended, the Italian war still going on. I'm surprised that the Chinese don't have a larger war score yet. Only 17. Well, it does look like we're out of time for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this one, and please consider hitting the like button if you did, as it really helps out the channel. So I'll see you guys next time.